Hello aboard, I'm Kelly Jack. This is How Not to Game with Kelly Jack. And this is episode 79 in the Expanding Worlds tutorial for Semitrans 64. And right now we're dealing with quality of service issues. And the Mouthy Bear is one of the routes we do need to take and start considering upgrading. That one was just clicked on so that I could see which train it was. And we have passengers waiting to get to Barrington. The Mouthy Bear is what gets things to Barrington. So we're going to use the Mouthy Bear and see what we can do about it. We're going to go in, unload only. And I am tempted to tell it to retire and just build a whole new Mouthy Bear. Matter of fact, I think that might be the best way to go. Because the Bear's been out there for a while, those cars are a bit older. Upgrading those would be a better option. So we're going to grab a Hunslet and put 3 on there. And then we're going to come down here to Barrington and we're going to expand that station so that it can hold for 3 deep. We also need to go back up to Portus Marcellus and expand both of these stations to 3 deeps and maybe even move the switching line back out further. But I think for right now, this is a good option for clearing things up. Put this guy onto the Mouthy Bear, which is route number 50, right there. And sorry about the delays here. I am still experiencing, as I said, some allergy issues. Did narrow it down. It is the dreaded nettles, believe it or not. I had somebody remind me that I used to react very poorly to nettles. Now, with that extra onto the Mouthy Bear, let's see how this functions now. That's on the Hunslet. That's good. And the Mouthy Bear is now a black line, meaning it's going to make some money. We've got one of our Aaron Eagles in, so let's go ahead and clean him up. Again, we're going to take and launch out with a Hunslet. And that's on Caesar's Chariot. Hunslet, Hunslet, Hunslet. One Hunslet that's just sitting. But that's the one we just dispatched out. So we've got things going. The one thing I forgot to put onto that was to take and do a mail car on this guy, because we have mail that needs to get over here to Barrington as well. And I think we're just going to actually make a whole separate mail train and do a double lining for a section. So we're going to do a little bit of a dig here to allow us to have a slightly different setup. Blast that signal there. And then set up a signal here for an inbound. Left running, kind of an unusual for this setup, but that's what we're doing in this spot. Now we've got the prime pacer to take and deal with, and the Torrid dock shuttle. So let's go over and take a peek at the Torrid dock shuttle, because he's also running an old Iron Eagle. Dispatches out of over here. Let's go ahead and just build a new train for that. And a mail car. Can we put another passenger car on it? Not without going to 3. And that is the Torrid, which is 67. Set this one to retire. And launch the new train to start helping to relieve our pressure. And hopefully all of these will slowly but surely get us some better service now on all of these points. We can upgrade stations capabilities as well, and I think it's a good idea to do some of these station upgrades. There we go. 3 on those. 3 here. And then 3 down here. And we do have a Borsigot on the line on this train, which is, nope, that's an old Iron Eagle as well. Okay. And that's the other Torrid one. So he can also go to the depot because it's going back empty anyway. Let's go ahead and clear it out. We'll put a mail car onto that as well and start doing mail service in Oakham, unless, of course, the Senate says nope. Again, that is a question. Senate questions are answered by comment. So please, you, the viewers, are also the Senate as well as Caesar. Leave a comment below on this video if you feel that Oakham deserves mail service. I won't add the mail car until then. Even though I've done one already with it, we'll see where we're at first. And this is getting a lot of these lines looking a lot better. We do need to take and find some ways to start entering things a little bit better. And we're just going to take this whole train down and do a Hunslet with 4 cars and a mail car. Still at the 3. We're good to go. Put it back out onto the Torrid dock shuttle. So the Torrid dock shuttle and the Torrid tourism are both now running a little bit better. Got an Iron Eagle still on the Torrid tourism train. Maybe we should think about doing a change there. Ooh, it just hit me. We need to grab this guy. He does not belong on the Torrid dock shuttle. Dock shuttle is the wrong one. So we're going to send him back for a reconfigure. Come to this guy. We're going to take and do a go to depot after unload only is done. So let's see about the unload only. Yep. All right. Once this guy's back in, we can set him back to the right one, which is the tourism shuttle. All right. We want to clear that schedule, and we need it onto the tourism shuttle. Tourism Torrid. There we go. We are looking much better as far as our setup. It's March of 1968. Hey, maybe we should take a peek at finances, see how this is helping us or hurting us. We're going to look at monthlies and op profit. And we do see that we had a baseline running that was fairly flat. And now there's an angle in the baseline. A slight angle. Our lows are where our midpoints used to be. Our highs are considerably higher. This is helping both the profit and the quality of service issues we were having. I will be looking to speed up lines shortly. Don't know when, but once those lines start speeding up, we'll get some much better help out onto the lines. This is the Grand March. The Grand March is another train that needs to go to unload only. So we'll be watching both of these, and whichever one I think we'll take and send it and do them. Go to depot. We're going to take and rework you. And just a moment here. Sorry about that. There were a lot of nettles in the area I was working yesterday, which explains the breakouts. And I know that I'm generally allergic to the pollens as well, and I know there was flowering starting on those nettles, so not a fun day. Waiting for everything to take and go. This guy can wait until he's there. That one's now set and going to depot. And once we get him in depot, we will quickly do another Torrid tourism, getting him fixed up. One Torrid tourism. Tourism Torrid out back on the line. Now we've got two of them. Unfortunately, our income's going to go downhill initially, I have a feeling, because we have a long stretch that's not really developed much. But we'll see how things go for us as time expands. 15 minutes on the ticker here, episode 79. Still working things over. Our mail trains. So we have 4 that are carrying mail. 5 now, if we count the Barrington here in a minute, so that we can start moving mail on it. Boy, that is a lot of passengers still moving. And we have 60 passengers, 40 of them waiting to get to the medieval town stop, so we do need to take and expand our passenger service in town on Barrington, and that's a good point at which to take and step into this barn and get ourselves a couple of coaches going. And Barrington is the Via Gratia, Route 49. And with those, hopefully, that will improve service in that community. Looking at our road routes, most of them are making money. It's the postal riders that are causing us problem, and the mail carts. And I think they will for a while longer. Passenger lines by road, we have a few, but nothing is showing massively. And a lot of these, like I say, are things where they're loss leader. And some of them, not much. 17 cents of loss, I can live with that. That might just be until delivery. Fast carriage, 19, 15. The Hill and Ash stage line, 12 convoys. It might be time to take and start taking a peek there. And we have quite a few of the convoys that are running empty. Let's go ahead and retire out those convoys that are running empty. And see if by balancing that out a little bit, we can get it back into line. Take 2 of them off. Some of those were done to address situations, and that might be what we need to do to improve our service. We're going to be going for as many episodes as I can stand. I did take some allergy meds. They do tend to make me drowsy, so do not be surprised if I zone out and sleep in tomorrow. So don't expect an early morning set of episodes. I cannot guarantee I'll wake up if I'm on allergy meds. Generally, they don't affect my sleep pattern that way, but sometimes it gets me just enough relief that my body says, hey, we're short on sleep from all the stirring to itching. I think we all have those issues from time to time. Usually it's the sinus ones. Sometimes it's the itchy, scratchy exposures. Me, I'm just glad it wasn't poison oak or poison ivy. Those hurt more. Shorter lived, but hurt more. And this Hunslet is the one we were thinking about. And he is headed to where? Barrington. I think what we'll do is eventually double line enough along that route to allow some changes. And I am seriously considering trying to change some land here. High, raise, lower, fill. Here we go. Pricey option, but it does work. Come back to my rail. We're going to put in a siding here. And then if we're smart, we'll do the same over here. Shift that to there. And do a fix like this. There we go. Little left running section, but it's worth it sometimes. We'll start working a bunch of these other ones. We're at the 21-minute mark, a little over again, but we're getting some quality of service issues dealt with. And while we're at it, we're going to do a little bit of work to smooth out and straighten away some of the landscaping we've done along the ways. To make everything look a little bit nicer. Take out some of those cuts. Start weathering them down into slopes. I'm Kelly Jack. May you have a day less plagued by allergies than I'm having. And have a better day than I'm having.